this live feed on your YouTube channel.
Just if you went to my YouTube channel, and we're live now, by the
Mhm.
way, just so you guys know, but that's totally cool. If you go to the YouTube
Okay.
channel, I actually have an on my front page playlist dedicated to live shows. So if you just go to my front page, go to my main channel page, you'll see the thumbnail. You can just click here to watch, and you'll be good to go. Just keep in mind what you're going to be watching on YouTube is going to be a good minute behind what we're talking about here. So chances are you're
Mhm.
probably going to want to mute it. Otherwise, you're going to be hearing two different feeds. All right, let's check it here. See, oh, we got 3 people on here now. So if you were watching on YouTube already, welcome to the live VIP coaching call in the YouTube Gamers Academy. We are most certainly elated to have you all here. Thanks for joining us. We're going to let a few more people filter in before we kick this thing off with all the good people we have here as part of the Best Friends gang. And if you're on the live stream now, go ahead and let me know in the comment section so I can greet you, welcome you to the party, and then we'll get started here shortly. Before I roll, did any of the other VIPs here have any questions before I jump into the meat of tonight's discussion?
Hmm.
No.
All
I
right.
know on the live feed I see James. Like that's all I see is James.
Yeah, matter of fact, everybody mute your mics so that the folks that are on YouTube just see me until we turn it over to you guys to talk. I want to make sure. And actually, I think I can control that if I, yeah. Oh, I think I can control it. Hold on. There we go. Nope. It doesn't like me being on here for some reason. There we go. All right. So we got Phoenix Gaming. It says, hey, I made it. Excellent. Glad to have you. The Healthy Cow is here. Hey, hey, welcome. Thank you for coming out. So thanks to everybody for coming out tonight. Thank you for the VIPs here who are with me in our VIP coaching call. I wanted to open this up to the public so that all of you that either can't be a part of what we're doing in the academy for whatever reason, you may be in school, you may not have the money, whatever the case may be, I wanted to open up at least a portion of what we do so that you can see what's going on and you can have access to some of the information that we're sharing behind the scenes, because the goal here obviously is not to take over the world, but to help people actually get the results that they want to see, whether it's on YouTube or building a business around their YouTube channel. So thank you to my VIPs who are here. Thank you to the folks who have joined us in chat. We've got Loco VR, who is actually also one of the VIPs here, as well as the rod on the screen. King Koopa, welcome. Good evening, sir, and stream. Good evening to you as well, my friend. So without further ado, hopefully everybody on YouTube can see and hear everything that's going on here. The first thing I wanted to do on tonight's coaching call, this is something we don't really do behind the scenes, but we wanted to do for all of you who are watching on YouTube. I want to go around the circle here, or in this case, around the rectangle. I guess there's no circle. I want to go around to everybody that's here and give everyone a chance to speak about who they are. So this is an opportunity for my VIPs to shout out their channels. Recommend that everybody who's watching the live show, as they're talking, and hopefully they're in the chat as well so they can let you know they're here, definitely go check out their channels and see what our creators are doing, how they're applying the knowledge that they're learning here. And start to take note of that and see what you can apply to your channels. One of the best things that you can do as a creator is to emulate what successful people are doing. Hey, Anna's here. What's up?
Hey, not much.
One of the best things you can do as a creator, and this isn't just on YouTube, this is period. Find out who's really good at something and then go find out what they're doing, reverse engineer it, and figure out how you can apply not their work, because obviously you don't want to steal their work. It's illegal. But you want to be able to emulate the processes that they use in order to be successful. So as our folks are talking here and sharing, definitely you want to, at some point, maybe not during the call, but once we're done here on YouTube and we go into the private section of the call, definitely go check out their channels, subscribe to them, let them know that you're supporting them. Because at the end of the day, the people that are in this program aren't just getting coaching from me. They are actually now a part of this Alloy 7 inner circle. Like I said, I built this channel to be really a launch pad for other creators. I never intended to run content myself as long as I have. I just did because a lot of the information that I have and a lot of the things that I know, I'm still working on imparting to other people. And that's part of what the Academy is all about. So without further ado, let me greet CGB Dumping Ground, who's here. Alejandro is here. Hopefully Alejandro can make it into the VIP call as well. You should have gotten a link to that, my friend. Anna from Hickville Productions. Game Dip is here, says, I will be joining in a few minutes. Game Dip, I'm glad you're here. At some point tonight, sir, I need you to send me your email address so I can add you to the private VIP mailing list so that you can actually get the emails when I send them out. You are one of, I think, 3 people whose emails I'm missing. So definitely want to get that over to me, my friend. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start. I don't know if Anna knows we're getting ready to do this, but I'm going to put her on the spot. So Anna, starting with you, I want to go around to everybody that's on the VIP call tonight, and I want you to share who you are, what it is you do on YouTube, why anybody should care about it, why it's awesome, and then share 1, 2, maybe 3 sentences about how the Academy is helping you do what you do. And for those of you who may just be getting started, I know we've got folks even in the VIP who haven't really got their channel off the ground yet. That's totally cool. What you want to share with us is just simply, here's my vision for my channel, even though it may not be up and running and awesome yet. This is where I'm going, and you'll definitely want to check me out once I get going. So Anna, I'm going to turn the floor over to you, my friend.
Goody. Good thing I answered this question in the Discord chat not that long ago, so I'm kind of fresh on my wording. Basically, I am Anna from Hickville Productions. I do creative-focused Let's Plays, so Starbound, for instance, is my main game right now. And I just started a series particularly for that, focused on building ideas, so sharing ideas, getting ideas from other people, building it. It's going to be awesome, fun, really community-based series. I'm also a geek on a fitness mission to get healthier physically, mentally, you name the whole game. And I'm doing my best to encourage others to join me in whatever way that may be, even if it's not a health journey. Maybe they just want to level up in a skill or something. Either way, that's pretty much the name of the game, and the reason why I do what I do and why I hope anyone cares, because I believe that sharing a smile with someone can make a whole huge heap of difference in the world, even if it's just with your cashier at the store, if he's got a big old grin on his face. Whatever it may be, my hope is to spread some positivity to others, but then help inspire them to continue to pass it on to anyone they might meet in their day-to-day lives. Right on. And what was the other thing?
Just 1 to 3 sentences about what you're getting out of the Academy. Yeah.
Well, in a way, I kind of got a lot of the Academy information from me before the Academy got started. So, by far, what you will learn there will definitely help you with focusing your SEO, starting to get better retention rate, watch time, viewership, stuff like that. Really help you focus on who your target audience is. And in my case, the way the Academy is currently helping me is by helping explain things to everyone else to make sure I stay fresh on my information and top of my game. Because that's basically, my role over there at the moment.
Yeah.
Currently, answer questions. So.
Awesome.
I think that's about it.
Thank you for sharing. Let's move on to James. Mr. Flip the Bacon. What you got for us, brother? Uh-oh, he's muted. He's muted, ladies and gentlemen. His 15 minutes of fame, and he's got his mic muted. What are we doing?
Yeah, there we go. I got my mic. Hey, I'm Flip the Bacon Gamer here. I just started up the YouTube Gamers Academy here. I haven't got my channel quite going, but I was hoping to start my channel on the right channel by learning all the things through YouTube Gamers Academy so I can avoid like copyright strikes and how to set up my channel and do everything right first before I just dive in and just waste a bunch of time. But yeah, my channel will be, hopefully I'll be producing videos by the end of this month, so you can check that out. My favorite genres of games I'll be focusing on will be like all forms of role-playing. I love that stuff. I'm an old school RPGer. Independent video games. I'm into the indie games as well. The multiplayer online games, like I want to do Overwatch. I do a lot of League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, those kind of games. And a couple of real-time strategy games I'm hoping to do there. So hopefully you guys will like my content when I get it out, and I know the class has immensely helped me so far, making sure that I'm starting out on the right step and not on the wrong one.
Right on. Yeah, and you've been very helpful to other people in the Academy with the stuff you've been sharing, so I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I appreciate all the help you guys have been doing as well.
Rock on, man. All right, we got Prince is next, and he just started with us, so it's going to be, I'm looking forward to hearing this one myself.
Hey everyone, my name is Prince and I am an urban acolyte. I run a channel where I cover Star Wars content.
Yes.
And I have made the jump to Star Wars gaming. I've played Star Wars The Old Republic since the the closed beta, and really enjoy it. So a lot of people have been asking me to do SWOTOR Let's Plays, and I said, well, BC seems to be the man when it comes to running a gaming channel. So I hear myself echo now.
That's
So
good.
I
You're okay. It's Jacob just needed to mute his mic. Go ahead.
yeah, I joined the Gamers Academy so that I can learn from BC, interact with other gamers, and because that's how you grow. The best channels grow together with other YouTube content creators. And my big mission, my new slogan on my main channel is tune into the force and find balance. And for me, that is uh, not just Star Wars related, like, oh, use the Force, Luke, but at however you define the Force in your life, and finding balance. Like Anna said, she does gaming and art, fitness. Um, I get into that. Like whatever it is that helps you find balance in your life. My goal is just to entertain you with Star Wars stuff and try to hit on deeper things to make you really think and find that balance in your life by tapping into the force, whatever that is for you.
Rock on, man. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Who do we have next? Next in line. Is that Rich? I'm trying to look at the screen here. Oh, am I muted now? Nope.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir. There we
You
are.
talking to me? Okay. All right, so I am Rich with Loco VR. I have to remember to look at the camera.
Yeah, I know, right?
So my channel is focused on VR, and I'm not a huge gamer, but VR is definitely my thing, man. I love this stuff to death, and I've got the Oculus Rift, and I've got the Vive, and man, I'd have every piece of whatever if I could afford it all. I'd buy it all. I'd just sit in a pile over in the corner. It wouldn't matter. I just had it. So that's what I'm games and early access stuff. So I'll apologize if my internet, because I live out in the kind of like in the boonies, so my internet sucks. So I'll apologize for that. It's like VR, indie, early release stuff. That's my main thing. And I joined the Gamers Academy because, like James said, flip the bacon. I wanted to start out right. I shoot video and edit video all day long. That's what I do for a living. So I can make high quality video as far as that goes. But the content, still doing some polishing like we talked about earlier. So, I joined the Gamers Academy to make sure I started out right. And really, reading the handbook that you sent, and I'm reading the books that you recommended, has made a big deal, big impact already. So,
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, B.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you very much. Next, we have Tom, the rot on the screen. I think that's who we have next. Is he still with us?
Oh, hello.
There you are. Talk
Hey.
to us, Tom.
Well, I do Fallout 4 mod showcases. I've been doing it since start of January, and I was doing it sort of in a more different perspective. So sorry, sorry about this. Sorry, just bear with me.
Oh, you're okay. Take your time.
So I was showcasing them. I've been doing it for a couple of months. Recently, I actually took a break from it because I wanted to do it from a different perspective and rethink it. Because I was enjoying it, but I felt I wasn't giving it my best. So I thought I'd take a break and just revise it all. So I think for about a month or two, I've been looking at other things, researching it a lot more, and doing a lot more thinking how can I improve it. So in start of July, I plan to relaunch it. I do. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, brother. And Brother Rich.
Is it this Rich or
This
the other
Rich.
Rich?
Yes, it's this
Rich. Okay. So yeah, I'm Richard, and my channel is Quack Pew Duck. Yes, it's an odd name. I want it that way. And my saying is that gamers don't let gamers game alone.
Right
Or
on.
play alone, and that's it's because for me anyway, what I find, I think there's a lot of people that find that when you play games by yourself, they're just not as interesting, especially games that are meant to be played with other people. And right now I'm focusing on Star Citizen. And so my focus is on trying to start to build a community so that when Star Citizen finally takes off, which it's starting to, people will already have a group of people that they can play with. So now the big question is, so what has Alloy 7 and this whole community, gaming community of people here done for me? I'm the type of person that will jump into the water and then figure out it's cold. And that's exactly what I did.
Man after my own heart.
So, yeah, basically, they saved my butt. And I figured out what I was doing and what I needed to do to get started, because I found out that I really didn't know what I was doing. Because to me, I thought this is going to be simple. Well, I just need to do a couple recordings and get some stuff and just put some stuff out there. And I did that and found out, no, that isn't it at all. So, yeah, without the guidance, I would be lost.
It's funny you mentioned that. You're a man after my own heart. The actual initial motivation of the YouTube Gamer Survival Guide, like the reason why I chose survival, is because I did the exact same thing. So it was like the book is almost a don't do any of this that I did for 2 years. Please save yourself the heartache, man. Well said. Thank you. So I think we had Jacob join us. I'm going to go ahead and have Mr. Game Dip talk next. What you got for us, brother?
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Or at least I can.
Sweet. So my headset's working, then that's good.
Sweet.
I only got one, so hopefully that helps with the, all that fun crackling from earlier. Okay, so let's see. What is my channel about? So Game Dip. It's about, let me read off what I have on my YouTube page real quick. Here at Game Dip, we don't do Let's Plays, we do motivational gaming videos. And that pretty much sums up what I'm doing here. My goal is to inspire people to live a better life and connect with you guys through, just hanging out, playing games, and talking about things I found interesting throughout the week or the month, whatever the case may be, and just share it with you, and hope you guys can find it as inspiring as I have, and go out and use that to motivate yourself throughout the rest of your work week or whatever it may be throughout your entire life, hopefully. And that's all what I'm about. What the YouTube Gamers Academy has done for me, it's helped me find exactly what I wanted to do. I've actually been in the YouTube space for a long time, ever since it really started to get a big thing back in, 2008, 2005, whenever it really was. I hopped on as a little kid. I was probably like 11 or whatever, just making videos with my family and stuff, and it was usually philosophical content, try to hate people over religion and stuff like that, and just give my input on that. And this has really helped me focus on exactly what it is I want to do and grow and be able to really start reaching a community of people. So thank you for the opportunity to speak, Mr. B.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure. Thank you for speaking. Now, we had one other person join us, and we didn't catch who it was here on the far left side of the chat. If you have a mic, please introduce yourself. Let us know about your channel and what the what you're getting out of the Gamers Academy, or if you're just starting, what you expect to get out of it.
Hey guys.
Hey.
I'm Alejandro.
Hey, Alejandro, welcome. I thought
Yes,
that was you.
it's me. And my channel is called Alejandro Cast because I wanted it to reflect myself as a whole. I'm still starting in this program, so I'm still going through all the content that you gave us. I'm reading the book and watching the videos. So I'm still doing a lot of that stuff because I can relate a lot to flip the bacon. I wanted to do the things right because I was about to pump a lot of content, but then I freaked out and I thought maybe this is going to, I don't know, waste a lot of time. So I started to watch your videos and I started to notice that it wasn't it was harder than I thought it was going to be.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and I'm still working my way through. So I don't know if I should say something else.
Oh, the floor is yours. But
Yeah.
I do appreciate everybody getting a chance to speak. I'm over here letting some other Facebook folks know that we're live. Some folks that I forgot to shout out at the beginning. But one of the things I want the viewers at home to hone in on, as I'm trying to get this other link to copy and paste here, is a lot of the folks on the panel tonight, the folks here in this VIP call that are a part of the Academy. One of the recurring themes that I hear, and I'm very glad that I'm hearing it, because I have literally, all but beat it into the heads of the folks who have been through at least the core knowledge session videos, is that if you want to win, hey, Jolly Mage is here, welcome. I'll give you a chance to introduce yourself here in a second. One of the main things that if you want to win, you've got to get focused. So one of the things that we've been fed, especially if you grew up in the States, we've been fed, especially from our parents and our peers, that we have all these talents and all these myriad different things that we can really be great at. And the fact of the matter is, very few people are great at numerous things. There's usually 1, 2, maybe 3 things that we're really good at. And when we're able to focus on really what makes us tick. So if you use me as an example, when you evaluate what I am as a person, what am I really good at? Well, it's inspiring and leading other people. It's something that I've been doing since I was 5 years old, and I've been coached to do it since I was very young. So it's not just about my talent, or that I have, it's not about whether or not you have a gift or a talent, but what have you been developed to do for the course of your life? And as it relates to YouTube content, the principle is still the same. Where are you very interested? And where does your interest and a target audience that's focused but big enough to help you reach your personal goals, where do those two things meet? And what I find with a lot of creators, and what I have to tell people is, I'm never speaking from a place of judgment or a place of criticism. When I tell people and I harp on, you need to be focused, you need to narrow down, I'm actually speaking to myself. I was just talking to Anna the other night. She was trying to help me basically redesign the banner for our channel, because I felt like where we're going in the future, the current banner that we had, which was mostly focused on, I was at the time going to start focusing on bringing my kids into doing more family-related gaming content. But when I decided to go the coaching route, I was like, this really isn't appropriate. But then she's like, okay, I did the mock-up graphic, and she was like, well, how do I reconcile this? Because none of this communicates exactly what it is you do. So I gave her this laundry list of, well, we do this, and we do this, and we do this. And then when it got to the end, I was like, well, now you understand why I harp on focus so much. Because when you do it wrong like I do or did, and the worst thing you can do is get good at the wrong stuff. A lot of the growth of my channel in the early days came from Let's Plays that I did. And I'll say it publicly, I hate making Let's Plays. They're not fun for me. Now, I do love live streams, but I love live streams because it's the interaction with the audience. And so I was getting, a lot of influx of subscribers from Let's Plays, but I'm miserable. And so I got good at that. But I also got good, I was already good at coaching, but I got a following of folks that were like, hey, this dude actually isn't an idiot. He happens to know a couple things, or at least he seems like he does. And so you start getting an audience that comes for all these different things. And then you realize you've prioritized everything. And so in a sense, you've prioritized nothing. Because I want to be great at 70 different things. Well, great. You're going to have a split audience of 70 different types of people who are only going to come around maybe when you make what they like. And especially as a coach, one of the reasons why I got away from doing weekly coaching videos was because my analytics, and we're going to get into an analytics discussion tonight, my analytics showed that my audience didn't want weekly coaching. My audience wanted 2 things: teach us how to manage copyrights, teach us how to monetize, those are kind of in the same bucket, and then teach us how to grow. And so all the stuff I started trying to teach people about things I learned as a performer, being a stage performer, and how you have stage presence, how you can turn stage presence into camera presence. And if you're a more introverted, shy person, how you can still have a presence on camera using these tips. A couple hundred people cared about that out of the thousands upon thousands of subscribers that I have. So one of the things I want to really impart to those of you who are watching on YouTube that maybe haven't heard me say it 100 times like the people on this panel have, is you really need to find where is your focus. What is the thing that makes you come alive? And is that thing that makes you come alive as a creator something that there's a big enough audience for you to go out there and get? So it's a mutually beneficial relationship. It's not all selfless, but it's not all selfish. Okay? You're really passionate about something, right? And you want to give that passion to someone else. That's the giving part. That's the sowing part. But you also want to reap some benefits. You do have some selfish goals. And like I tell people all the time, having selfish goals is absolutely cool. If you want to have 1 million subscribers, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with making it clear that that's what you want to do or if that's a long-term goal. But in order to get there, you have to deserve it. And to deserve it, you have to find 1 million people that you can give something of value to, who will want to stick around for more and more and more. And if you try to prioritize everything, if you do, like I can give you a laundry list. Let's see. I started off doing game reviews. That was the core of what I did, but the reason why I started doing game reviews doesn't really work on YouTube. It's a different world from when I used to write game reviews, right? Then I started doing a thing called quick plays, whatever the heck that was. It was basically a let's play that was 5 minutes long of some game I was playing a demo for. Then I started doing the coaching videos. Then I started doing let's plays. Then I started doing a show called Throwback Thursday, which was basically a review / let's play for old school games. So I had all of this different content all over the place because I thought, well, I'm going to be good at all this different stuff. And lo and behold, you stunt the growth of your channel because you don't have a focus. And so the reason why focus is so important also is because when a viewer comes to your channel, and I know this is going to sound somewhat maybe counterintuitive or maybe not right, but it is the truth. When a viewer comes to your channel, for them to be able to subscribe, they have to feel that your channel is about them. It's about what they stand for. It's about what they believe in. It's about what they want to see. So when I say things like, we are stronger than I, that resonates with a very specific type of people. It's not an accident that I chose that as the mantra for this channel, because that's the type of people I want to attract. And so when someone comes here and they see it's not all about me, it's about the other creators that I put on stage, and it's about the other creators that come here and share something of value, and it's about the viewer because we do live streams where we interact. They see that it's we are stronger than I. This community that we're trying to build is more than just about me. So remember, for those of you watching on YouTube, the key takeaway from having everybody share that, other than you need to get in the academy yourself so that we can give you this one-on-one coaching. But more importantly, if you're unable to do that, or even if you're unwilling to do it, remember that you've got to find your focus. You've got to find your niche. Okay, and it doesn't mean you have to stay in one singular niche for all of eternity, but it does mean you need to stay there long enough to draw an audience of people who will eventually come more than just for the content you're creating, and they'll come for the personality that you're exuding on camera, or whether it's on the microphone if you're not on camera. So that was the key takeaway from that. Thank you everybody for sharing. We had one other person. We had Jolly show up. I wanted to give him a chance. Jolly, if you'd be so kind, tell everybody who you are, what your channel's about, and 1 to 3 sentences about what you were getting out of the Gamers Academy, my friend. If Jolly is microphone, let's see.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, brother. What's up?
Okay, hi. I go by Jolly Name, the Jolly Mage. I create not only walkthrough content, but a lot of DC Universe Online, as well as my weekly live streams, and here and there I do a lot of honest reviews for the different games that I play on the stream. What I'm getting out of this academy is teaching me, like you said, to focus, and I have been doing that. For a while, I didn't know exactly what my audience wanted, and being in the academy and reading the book actually showed me that what my audience wanted was something that I really wasn't interested in creating in the first place. It's the DCUO videos. Not saying that I'm not interested in creating them, it's just they used to bore me a lot. And what I've done is essentially I do the live streams, which helps me interact with the people that like to see that content, because I enjoy the interaction more so than the game. Right. And I have found a way to create small videos that I can put on my channel that I actually enjoy making just by sitting down and finding a happy medium between the two. So that's pretty much what I'm learning out of the academy right now, is just to build my channel in a more congruent way where I can be happy with what I'm doing and gaining subscribers and viewership on my channel.
Excellent, man. Thank you for sharing. Now, have I missed anybody? I think that's everyone that's here tonight. I think we got everyone. If I missed someone, go ahead and now I'm talking with the mic on mute. So I think that's everybody. Thank you for sharing, Jolly, and thank you to everyone else who took time out to share your story with everyone. Like I said to everybody watching on YouTube, when we're done here tonight, be sure to check out all of these folks' channels so you can see what they're doing. I'm going to do an added bonus tonight. I kind of talked to the folks here on the VIP call prior to this and said I might do it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I want to talk with you all to follow up last week's discussion. And let me get on camera here while I'm talking. I want to follow up last week's discussion about this idea of subscriber shortcuts, this 3 hacks guaranteed to grow your channel. And one of the things that I didn't mention in the 4-hour talk was the idea that once you get to the point where you are making great content. So if you remember, if you were on the previous call, you know, I define great content as content that solves a problem. Okay, and that's not my thought. That's not my words. That actually comes from Peter Drucker. I know I have a lot of you reading Peter Drucker's books here in the Academy. A book called The Essential Drucker, where he talks about all of the principles you need to know, not only to develop as an individual, but also for those of you who want to build businesses. The book is an absolute must-read if you ever want to start a business. Now, one of the things he talks about in this book is not only the idea that you have to have all these principles through which you can build yourself up, but in order to get people to want to be a part of what you're doing, you have to solve a problem in their life. So this idea of great content is not about audio quality. It's not about video quality. And it's not even about, honestly, it's not even about how good you are on the mic and being funny and hilarious. It's not about Markiplier's voice, people that can articulate themselves on mic. Those are all catalysts of success, but they're not the reason for it. So this idea that greatness comes from the degree. So Elon Musk, if you're familiar with Elon Musk, the guy that started Tesla and SpaceX, he was one of the co-founders of PayPal. His quote is, "In life, you will get paid in direct proportion to the greatness of the problems that you solve." And it's no different. And he's absolutely right. I really don't think there's a way to contest that. And here's how you prove it. And I don't mean to insult anybody, but let's just use the example. If this is you, if you flip burgers at McDonald's, they'll pay you accordingly. If you do open heart surgery once every week, they're going to pay you accordingly. Obviously, me going to McDonald's and getting a hamburger is a lot less valuable, at least in my mind, than if someone needs heart surgery and they want to go see a surgeon to do it. So the degree to which you can solve a problem is the degree to which you will see, in whatever the currency is. It's not just about money. In this case, YouTube has a bunch of different currency. YouTube has the currency of watch time. YouTube has the currency of subscribers. YouTube has the currency of views. If you want all of those to go up, then you need to increase your ability to solve problems. Now, inevitably, when dealing with gamers, and even though not everyone in the Academy is a gamer, with gamers, they have a tendency to think, well, how am I actually solving problems? What problem does PewDiePie solve? Very simply, boredom and sadness. It's as simple as that. PewDiePie brings a certain level of humor to what he does, whether we individually find him funny or not. There's 40 million people that do, and that's a big deal. That's why comedy is still so prevalent in the world. So we have to start thinking about how can we solve the problems of our viewers. And in that case, you look at a person who's also, he's not necessarily a member of the Academy, but he's a person that helps me teach here. It's a guy named Wells Knight. It's a person I've worked with. He's an awesome creator. And he's very modest with his content. He downplays it a little bit, but the fact of the matter is he solves huge problems for other people. He solved a huge problem for me, which was I have no idea how to play Minecraft. I just build brick and diamond castles like I'm a horrible Lego builder. And he sat me down on video and showed me how to do that. And he does that in every single one of his videos. And that solves a huge problem for people that want to be better Minecraft players. So you have to be thinking about how can you create something not just of value, but something of value that actually solves a problem. Whether that problem, again, is boredom, whether that problem is people need information. I know I've worked with people who their channel is totally dedicated to doing video, not just walkthroughs to watch me play the game, but like walkthroughs to help you get the achievements or beat certain bosses. That's solving a problem. You know, like with Loco VR. He's solving a problem. There's not a ton of VR creators yet. So if he can find the right niche, and he can find the right balance of content that he loves making and content that they love to watch, and he can solve one of the problems is going to be people can't afford VR, but they can vicariously watch it through someone else's eyes and see what the experience is like. And maybe even if someone can't afford it, but they're not sure if they want to buy it, they can watch. And PewDiePie, I know, does it as well. But these folks who are doing VR, that's going to solve a problem as soon as VR becomes more and more prevalent. So once we've solved that problem, that's kind of the preface to what I want to talk about tonight. I was going to do a video, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out of this live stream. I was going to do a video called Getting Subscribers is Like Asking a Girl Out. And here's how that works. So assuming that your content is squared away, that you are making good to great content, you got to fix that first. If you're not doing that, then you can forget about subscribers. But if you're doing that, you have to think about what are the dynamics that go. And if you're a lady watching this, asking a guy out, but I know most ladies, don't go ask guys out. Usually it's the guy that asks the girl out. What are the dynamics of being able to ask a girl out? So let's paint the picture. You're at a party. It's a bunch of people there. You're hanging out. You see a girl that you really like. So you walk over and you talk to her, and you're chopping it up. You're talking. You're getting to know one another, and the chemistry's there. You have an affinity for one another. It's very obvious that that's the case. So you have provided something of value to her. Maybe you've solved the problem of her being shy and not having anyone to talk to. Maybe you've solved the problem of just giving her interesting conversation. Okay, so getting subscribers. One of the problems that I see a lot of creators that do make great content have is that they can't close the deal when they get toward the end of their video. All right, and simply one of the best ways to get subscribers if you're already making great content is to ask for it. And I can't tell you how many creators I've seen. I'm never going to ask anybody to subscribe to my channel because it's like the Reddit culture where it's like you can never ask for anything for yourself. That it's very prevalent among people younger than me, but it's. I've actually seen people like Review Tech USA. He has that mantra at the end of his video. And I've seen people comment like, I ain't subscribing because you asked me. Screw you. Like, really? Like, is that the mentality? And so I think that kind of ideal has turned people off to asking people to subscribe. But it's not just getting to the end of your video. I was helping a guy out earlier this week. And he did ask for the subscribe. But he got through his entire video, which was actually informative. It was a decent video. But he put credits on it, and the credits are rolling. At the end of the credits, it says, like, nobody's reading your credits, dude. That's not, I mean, you're not going to close it. You're not going to ask a girl out by writing it on a sheet of paper and then handing it to her at the end of your conversation, right? So one of the things I want to really focus in on, if you haven't read this book by Dr. Cialdini here, Robert Cialdini, called Influence, he talks about in this book one of the cognitive biases that we all of us humans have called the commitment and consistency bias. And so what you want to do in your videos in order to close the deal is you don't want to get all the way to the end of your show and then say, hey guys, subscribe to my channel, thanks. What you want to do is build an experience. Again, making great content that solves a problem, but you want to build an experience and a rapport with your audience as you're taking them through whatever the video is that you're doing. And what he shows in the book is basically what commitment consistency bias is once we have established something, we don't like to change. So for example, you've probably dealt with marketers at some time or another that say, hey, wouldn't you like to make more money? And of course, it's a leading question. Everybody's going to be like, yeah, of course I'd like to make more money. Who doesn't want to make more money? Like Mother Teresa wants to make more money because she can help people, right? And he's like, well, I've got this program that's going to help you do that. And then when you inevitably say no, he's going to be like, well, wait a minute. You told me that you wanted to make more money. And I've got this program that's proven to work. So in your mind, you're going to struggle depending on how you can deal with the commitment consistency bias that we all struggle with in our mind, how you've developed to defend yourself against it. It's going to be very hard for you to turn that down. If any of you have been to, have any of you ever been to a timeshare where you're on vacation and they're like, hey, tomorrow there's going to be a free breakfast and we'll give you tickets to go to, you know, something at Disney World or something if you just come have breakfast with us. And then breakfast inevitably turns into a sales pitch where commitment consistency bias and Kantian fairness bias says, well, they gave me breakfast and they walked me through this thing. It would be rude for me to leave and not listen to their sales pitch, which is why, you know, it's hard for you to leave. But then at the end, when they're selling it to you, it's hard for you to turn it down because you've already agreed to what they said to you in the beginning. So they give you a small commitment up in the beginning, and then you say yes to it, and then they hit you with the bigger one at the end. It's harder for you to say no to it. So the way you do that in your videos without being manipulative is first you build an experience. It's a place where people enjoy hanging out. They want to be a part of what you're doing. And by the way, that's what makes the most successful Let's Players as powerful as they are. Markiplier, PewDiePie, all these guys make you feel like you're in their living room with them. So that's the first piece. The second piece that you want to consider is you want to build commitment throughout the video. So let's say you're getting toward the end, you could say something like, hey, I think we've had a good time hanging out tonight, guys. You agree we've had a good time hanging out? And you'll probably get a bunch of people, especially if you're live streaming, in the comments said, yeah, man, we've had a great time hanging out. Well, when you get to the end of the video, you've given that small commitment. Yes, we've had a great time hanging out. You've got them to say yes. Okay? When you get to the end of the video, say, look, we had a great time hanging out tonight. I know we did, and I want to give you more value in the future. So my request to you is so that I can give you more content, more dope content that you're going to love, and we can hang out together, subscribe to my channel. And I guarantee you, if you looked at your subscriber rate of that video versus one where you A, didn't even ask for the subscribe, or B, you just kind of nonchalantly at the end was like, yo, subscribe to my channel, whatever, you're going to watch that subscriber rate on those individual videos start to pick up. And the way that relates to, you know, you can take that from the dating experience is it's the same thing. If I'm trying to get, like with my wife, if I wanted to go out on a date with her, I wouldn't ask, hey, yo, you want to go out to coffee with me next Thursday? No, I'd get a small commitment first. I'd say, yo, we've been hanging out at this party all night, and I've really enjoyed talking to you, seriously and sincerely. I think it would be really cool if we hung out in the future, don't you? The minute she says yes, boom, done. Well, okay, great. Then I tell you what, why don't you give me your number, and I'd like to call you. Maybe we can get together this weekend on Saturday. Because she's already committed to saying yes, that you're an awesome person to hang out with, she's not going to want to say no to you asking her out on the date because it goes against what she just affirmed. So same thing with your video content. It's just the same. You want to build the experience. Then, oh, is somebody trying to dial in? What am I missing here? Is anybody else hearing that besides me? Okay.
I'm not, but it looks like Adam Taylor's trying to get into the channel.
Okay. So, same principle. Remember, number one, create the experience. Number two, affirm the experience. Ask your people, haven't we had a great time hanging? And it's not being manipulative. It's not being cheesy. It's being real with your people. Like, yo, I do these videos. I do these live streams. One, because I love helping people. Two, because I love hanging out. I do them live because I want to be around people. I'm an extreme extrovert, you know, so I don't even have to be flaky about it, you know, or cheesy about it. It's the truth. And then when everybody agrees to it, it's like, well, then, hey, man, subscribe to my channel so we can do this again. Boom. And you're in there. Okay? Any questions on that before I jump into the next topic here? And we can get questions from YouTube also. Wow. I don't think I've ever gone through a spiel and not had one question. That's awesome. So Evan says the whole stream hears it. Yeah, the stream's going to hear it, but I don't know if the guys on the VIP call are going to hear it because you guys on the stream are hearing the audio feed from my PC. The guys on the stream are just hearing me from my headset. Or the guys on the VIP call.
I think you just awed everybody with your great advice, and then not only that, you turned around and you just gave everybody great dating advice.
There you go.
So now you've also become the dating coach. You didn't pick up on that?
Yep. Well, that's part of my other life. That's my other persona on YouTube. I do relationship coaching is going to become a thing, but it's down the road. Right now, I'm focused on people finding their purpose. CGB says, "B, is this foreshadow?" Yes, he just picked it up before I even said it. Yes, not necessarily dating advice. I'm not a dating guru. Trust me, you don't want dating advice from me. I can give you marriage advice. I'm not good at pickups, and because I was never into that. It was never really my deal. But remember, don't forget Influence, Robert Cialdini. Good, excellent book about being persuasive.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I'm creating a small set of videos, like a series of videos on my channel now, and it's just a little scenario that I thought of.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is from, when people used to put intros at the beginning of their channel, beginning of their videos all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you were to get tired of eating the same thing every day, it seemed like if you were watching content, like very short form content from a particular YouTuber, if you were to watch them in order, which, I'm sure that's what people would want, for you just to go down the list of their videos because, they're so awesome. People tend to skip over the intro because they're used to it. They're accustomed to it.
Sure.
So from what I've learned and seeing that, I saw like jumps and skips at the beginning of each one of those videos every time I put an intro on it. So I started skipping over videos and not putting the intro, but putting the intro on like something like that. The same way that a viewer would get used to an intro, wouldn't that not be the same way that a viewer would get used to you saying, hey, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content? From them hearing that over and over again, would that just like not be as impactful?
Well, think
if
of
you
it
did it like one every other video.
Think of it this way: the people that are hearing it over and over again are probably already subscribed to you. It doesn't. It's not going to take more than about 7 videos for someone to decide whether or not they want to sub to you. So they probably aren't going to have enough time to get completely sick of it. But the way you work around that, either make it sound really cool the way you do it, or change it up. I've had videos where I tell people to think about subscribing midway through. I don't even do it at the end. You know what I mean? So there's a couple different ways you can slice that, and so yeah, they will become somewhat desensitized to it, but that's okay. What you're really trying to get across in that moment is the folks that are that core group that are either watching you for the first time or for whatever reason they've been on the fence. So the person that's going to get desensitized to it is probably already subscribed to you because they're watching a ton of your content.
Makes sense. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah, no sweat, man. So we had one other person sign in. I don't recognize the logo. I want them to go ahead and introduce themselves so I know who we have here. So I can address you by name there, good sir. It looks like a brain and a skull and a target. Who do we have there? Oh, sorry, Rich. Sorry, dude. It's Rich. It's me being silly. And he's talking. His mic is muted. And he is just rapping.
What? I didn't want people to think it was rude that I'm eating. So
Oh man, this is reality TV, man. It's
okay. Well, in that case,
yeah, go for what you know. Just don't be naked. That's all I ask, so I don't get my video taken down.
That was next. All right, I'm out of here.
Alrighty, so let's see. Double Post has tried to join. Oh, it's full. Is that what's going on? It wouldn't let you in because it's full. Okay. So
you didn't know we all got together and planned to like get naked on your streams to have it taken down before? Cole?
Well, the cool part is I'll get probably about 1,000 subs before the video gets removed, just because you see that dude that ran the stream where everybody got naked. It'll take that
And
long
it's
before YouTube catches it.
And it's going first. And it goes first.
So, hey, by all means.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, look how red she got.
Hey,
Alright,
I'm just being polite, ladies first. Come on.
I mean, to be fair, I'm on my underwear right now because it's so hot.
So we got
I gotta-
Crash Power has jumped into the stream. So if you guys don't know Crash Power, he's a pretty big Call of Duty and other types of video content YouTuber. Good friend of mine. He's part of the Tim Schmoyer clan as well. Really, really good dude. Thanks for coming out, Crash Power. Let's see, who else do we have? I want to make sure I'm not missing any questions from the folks on YouTube. Urban Acolytes, if you're building a community, it's an invitation to be part of something. Yes, sir. Roger that. Let's see. Ryuji says good food. Tommy says, Matt Pat was very upfront about wanting 1 million subs to his channel. Sure, and that's okay. It's totally fine to be vocal about your goals and your aspirations and your quote-unquote self. Because here's what I always say. It's okay to have selfish goals if you're a person who wants to be good. Because if I give Mother Teresa $1 billion, that's just $1 billion more worth of Mother Teresa. I'm happy if she gets ridiculously wealthy. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's totally cool. Let's see. Something I learned from Physiques of Greatness. He would ask people to subscribe as a part of his opening. Yeah, that's cool too. Like Gary Vaynerchuk did that with his first, I want to say his first intro video with his self-branded channel, not his wine tasting channel. And he was like, yo, subscribe to my channel, not because I'm a good person, but he starts cussing at people. Like, he went straight into it, and that's fine. You can be experiment with different things. Folks that have been around me for a while know, my claim to fame is being a mad scientist. Experiment, experiment, experiment. Never hesitate to try out something new, especially when your channel is just growing. That's the best time to start. Like, one of the benefits of what I talked about earlier on the stream about this lack of focus is that one of the other things that I was doing purposefully, because I did have a strategy to the channel. YouTube wasn't my first rodeo, but I wanted to experiment with a bunch of different types of content to understand, okay, what is actually going to stick. Like, one of the things I realized through my experimentation, that retro gaming content, it's not an easy sell. One of my favorite channels, actually, I credit Mark with the reason why I'm on YouTube doing gaming stuff. I had been on YouTube years ago doing music, but one of the reasons why I did YouTube as a gamer was because of him. And when you look at what he does, by and large, it's a hard sell. This is a guy that's been around. He's been around. He's been making his content video available on the internet since before YouTube, and he's still fighting to get up even close to 1 million subscribers because what he creates is not in great demand. So that's the other thing you have to think about, is experiment with something. If you are curious as to whether or not something will work, you can ask around from folks that have tried it, but also experiment for yourself. Like, I experimented with Fallout 4. Like, it's funny because so many people subscribed to my channel during the Fallout 4 live streams, and I should have been more vocal about it, but I was running an experiment. The experiment was testing how will live streaming help your channel grow. How will it? Obviously, it takes your watch time through the roof. What it doesn't take through the roof is your audience retention. And your audience retention and your audience session across all the videos they watch after watching yours is really what helps drive traffic to your videos. And live streams are great for watch time, but they just having 100,000 minutes of watch time on a Fallout 4 video doesn't mean it's going to do 100,000 views, because people abandon it after 5 minutes, and YouTube's like, well, yeah, he did a 6-hour show, but nobody stuck around for more than 5 minutes. So, Fallout, because I knew I enjoyed live content better than pre-recorded, and I wanted to see, is live content really viable on YouTube? And so when I went to YouTube Creator Day, which I highly recommend, I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers before you're eligible, I think. Jolly can correct me on that. He's gone to one or going to one recently.
Yeah, it's 1,000.
It's 1,000. So go to it when you're given the opportunity, and because you get to talk to the teams that develop YouTube. It's not just the marketing people. It's not just the creator managers. Some of it is the tech geeks who make YouTube run. And I was able to ask them, like, dudes, what's up with the algorithm on live streaming, yo? Like, I did a 6-hour show with 1 billion minutes of watch time and no follow-on viewership. He's like, well, first of all, no one wants to watch a 6-hour video. I was like, okay, touche. But I feel like it still should have, at least in the short term, performed well in search. And they were like, yeah, that's something that we're looking into to incentivize live streaming because it's something that gamers really into. So, great questions. Good commentary. Remember, focus. Remember, influence. Remember, getting subscribers is just like asking a girl out. Use the same principles that you would use in that type of situation. Be persuasive, but in a non-manipulative way. Because what you're persuading people to do, like inevitably when I get asked the question about charging money for the academy, I say, well, there's a couple reasons. One, if I gave it away for free, you'd think it was worthless, and you wouldn't go through the program. You'd be like, if he's giving it away for free, it must suck, right? And you wouldn't take it seriously. Two, it's fair. You know what I mean? I think it's fair if you give somebody something that's worth way more than what you charge them. It's totally cool. But one of the reasons why I charge is because I specifically want people here that are going to take it seriously. I don't want someone to spend money or be a part of a program that I'm doing and not put it to use, because you're not wasting my time. You're wasting your time. So I want people to take it seriously. I want them to know that there's value attached to it. You know, the interesting thing about dealing with gamers, because it's a very interesting demographic, experimentation with pricing is very important, because there's not a lot of selling to gamers outside of games and merchandise. Like, I'm, one of the first people to sell information-based products around gaming, other than obviously strategy guides and whatnot. So I have trudged out into uncharted territory, and so there's been a lot of experimentation because I know the market as well as I do. I know, how much the average gamer makes. So spending money on a program like this is not easy for them. So that's why I do so much free content, because I know if my heart is really to help people, it can't just be about the paid stuff. You know what I mean? So anyway, didn't mean to derail into that. Getting a lot of good commentary here in the live stream. Want to do one more thing before we let the folks on YouTube go, and then we jump into the meat of the discussion that I want to have with the VIP folks. And that is, if I can find it, what I want everybody to do, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't do this at the beginning of the academy, but that's what happens when you run 2 businesses and 70 children. Some things just, you drop balls. You just hopefully don't drop the ones that matter the most. One of the things I want everyone to do, including the folks on YouTube, those of you who are creators, if you're just here because you like hanging out, that's fine. One of the things we didn't do in the beginning is, as it relates to studying statistics and analytics, is we didn't take baseline information. So for those of you who are new to the academy, great. You're going to get a chance to do this now. I know a couple people did it intuitively, and they've been able to measure. Like, I know Double Pulse says that his watch time since being in the academy has tripled. From the principles that he's applied here. But in order to be able to measure that, we've got to start taking some baselines. So very simply, I'm going to give you guys some really simple ones. Not going to go too deep, because analytics in YouTube can get extremely detailed and specific. And I want to keep it a little bit higher level tonight, especially for those of you who are still going through the other content. Don't want to overwhelm you. So there's a couple things I want you to do on your channel. If you've got something you can jot this down with, definitely do it. I want you to take baseline data on the amount of subscribers that you have. I want you right now, today, document it on June 10th, how many subscribers you have, how many total views your channel has. I want you to document, and I'm going to show you how to do this once we go into the meat of it. If you don't know where to look to find this information, I'm going to show you. I just want you to have the data points down so we can talk about it. I want you to look at your monthly watch time average. So how much watch time are you averaging per month? And then I want you to look at your average views per video. All right? And then the average views per video are also going to help us with the last, and this is really one of the KPIs I use to evaluate channels and how well they're doing. I use it to evaluate my channel. I actually use it to criticize my channel a lot, so that I can use it as a teaching point for other people. I want you to write attach rate, and then I'll go ahead and explain what that is. So your attach rate is the amount of views you get per video compared to the amount of total subscribers you have. So let me give you an example. An average entertainment channel should have a 15% attach rate. That means if they have 10,000 subscribers, every video they put out should average about 1,500 views on average. Some will do better, some may do worse, but on average, they should be able to pull in about 1,500 views. And that's a huge KPI or key performance indicator, because what it's telling you is how engaged your audience is. And without that engagement, you can't get the watch time, you can't get the total watch session time, and thus you can't rank in search, thus you can't really grow your channel the way that you want to. And one of the ways to certainly make sure that that's happening is going back to the original discussion, is focused, valuable, problem-solving content, aka great content. It's the easiest way. Every SEO class, and I've been through a lot because I am an SEO. I've been through a lot of, matter of fact, I was in a seminar today. I pulled up an old seminar just to brush up my skills on SEO and my understanding of how to deal with search engines, not just for YouTube, but also for my websites. And they'll all tell you, and the blogs aren't wrong, even though I think they overgeneralize it when they say, you just have to make great content. But the problem is they don't tell you what great content is. And so what we're doing here tonight is we're telling you what great content is. It solves problems. It's focused on a specific group of people. The analogy I always use is if you watch a TV show and you get to the end of it, or you watch a stand-up comedy show and you're like, yo, that show was made with me in mind. That's when you know you've reached. If you ever get somebody say that to you in the comments of your video, make a note of that and know that you have done something that's affected them in a profound way, where you've solved a problem and given them something of value. Where they're like, your channel was made for me. Like Portlandia, the TV show, was made for me. It was made with me in mind. Star Trek: The Next Generation, the best television show that's ever happened on the planet, was made with me in mind. And I know that sounds selfish and arrogant. Obviously, was I born when Star Trek? Yeah, I was born, but I was very young when the show started. But the point is, the show was made for a person like me. When you have made targeted, valuable content, that is the reaction you will get from your viewers. You won't have to worry about subscribers, because they'll be there. It's like every time you put something out, it's like the goose that laid the golden egg, and everybody's going to want to be a part of that. Okay? So guys and ladies on YouTube, write that down. I want total subs, I want total views, monthly average watch time, and so that's, how much watch time total are you doing every month? And then every month, add them together and divide by however many months you've been tracking it. Your average views per video, and then your attach rate. So total subscribers, average views per video, and then you look at it. You look at those two numbers, and the average views per video should be 15% of your total subscriber base. And if you need to figure out how to do that, you divide your average views per video by the total number of subscribers, multiply it by 100, and you have your percentage. And that's as simple as that. So the reason why we're going to do that, the reason why we're going to take these baseline statistics, is because as we go through, and I'm sorry, total watch time for the lifetime of your channel. We're going to go through the academy. I've told you that my goal is to get you results. I have to make sure that I'm delivering on that. So these KPIs or these statistics are going to let you know, is it something that the academy can do to better serve you? Or is it something that maybe I said that you haven't applied, that you're like, you know what, B said I needed to do that and I didn't do it. Let me apply it now and see if it affects. Because all of these numbers should increase over time. Now granted, my channel, the bulk of my audience is not focused on the entertainment content that I do. They're focused on this type of content. So it's a little bit different. My attach rate's not going to be 15% for most coaching videos. It's just not. It's going to be tough to always get the videos up that high, because if I'm not coaching on monetization or policy updates, or if I'm not coaching specifically on how to get more subscribers, then people really aren't interested in much more coaching than that. What I find with a lot of creators, especially creators who are inclined not to be in a program like this, is they struggle with over-optimism. And one of the things we teach early in the academy is your content is not as good as you think it is. And it's not to criticize you, it's to get you to look at your content from your viewer's perspective. You know, it's great to me that I make all this content, but is this great for anybody else? And so what that helps us overcome is this over-optimism. Like I had somebody tell me, oh, man, I make great content. I don't even need your academy. And I'm like, well, how's your channel doing? I got about 3 subscribers over the last 2 years. I'm like, okay. And I'm not trying to, like, usually what I say is Godspeed, man, enjoy yourself. But it's not congruent. Like, you're saying you're great, but you're not getting great results. So what I need to make sure I'm doing is helping all of you get great results. And as we go, so every month I want you to track these numbers, and they should be improving. And if they're not, that's the red flag for you to get in the private Facebook group or to email me and say, hey, B, I'm doing everything, but something's wrong. Then that's my cue to get on to your channel and figure out where we're going wrong. So the dude I was telling you guys about that I helped the other day, he was frantically like, I'm getting ready to quit YouTube because screw this. I'm not getting any level of success that I want to see. Well, he didn't know how to measure these KPIs. So I went to his channel. It took me 5 minutes. I was like, well, dude, why are you quitting? Your attach rate is over 30%. You're doing well. You're just not consistent. And, you know, he was the reason why I came up with this idea of getting subscribers is like asking a girl out on a date. And I told him that. I said, you're not doing anything to get people to subscribe to you at all. You don't even ask them. You just make your video. Like, nobody's going to remember to give you extra money or subscriber unless you remind them. Because remember, one of the lessons we teach, the first SEO lesson, or I think it's the second SEO lesson, where I show you that you have to use SEO because people don't care about you. You know, the old, I can't remember who was the old philosopher that says if you build a better product, people will fight through the woods to come get it. Not in 2016. That was probably true in the 1800s when there was only 4 people making products. But in 2016, when everybody makes a product, even if you make the most awesome thing in the world, nobody's coming to see it because they don't care about you. And they may not even realize, like a lot of people with this academy, they don't even realize that they need what's going on in here. You know, until you can show them why they need it and how it can give them results. So make sure you guys jot that down. Everybody on YouTube that's watching, before we let you all go, I want you to jot that down. And as I do the live streams, I want you guys to talk with me about it. For those of you that can't get into the academy, if you don't have the money, whatever the case may be, it's totally fine. Come on my live streams that I do publicly, and let's have that discussion. I'd be more than happy to help you out with that. But I will say, for those of you who've reached out to me and said that, you know, money is an issue, and this isn't about me or my academy. This is to help you in your life. Like, if you were the one that told me I don't have $5 a month to contribute or whatever, you know, because that's what the academy started at when I first launched it. If you don't have $25 a month to invest in bettering yourself, you need to get out of that situation in your life. And not so that you can join my academy. Because for real, if you don't have $25 to invest in your betterment, my academy is probably the last thing you need to be thinking about. Okay? You need to be thinking about things that are going to help you with your life to get you out of what got you to not having $25 extra a month. Okay? So my advice and my encouragement to you is, if you are that person that emailed me and said, dude, I want to be a part, but I just can't spare X amount of dollars a month, no problem. Keep coming and checking out the free stuff, but figure out a way to get out of that situation in your life. Because YouTube is maybe not even supposed to be your focus. You need to start getting books that can teach you how to be better at things, so that, you know, if you're really good at something, people will pay you for it. You know, think about Michael Jordan. Would people pay that dude to play basketball? You better believe it, because he's the best person that ever played basketball. Would people pay me to play basketball professionally? Nope, because I don't have a jump shot and I can't dribble with my left hand. Now, I can drive the lane and run somebody over and dunk on them, but that's a foul in real bad. You know, I'm a street baller. So those are the things you have to think about. So with that said, I want to take any last minute questions we have from YouTube. Academy VIPs, do you have any questions? You can go ahead and unmute your mics and ask them. We're going to get ready to get towards shutting the live stream portion of this down on YouTube and then get into our private discussion.
Well, BC, would it be okay for us to go through and introduce ourselves one last time before, you know, we say goodbye with our other YouTube live streamers?
Yeah, sure. Starting with you. You're up, Chief.
All right. All right, guys. I'm James. I'm Flip the Bacon Gamer. Please check me out. I appreciate it sometime when I finally get rolling.
Absolutely. We'll do Alejandro next. Tell us about your channel, brother.
Hey guys, I'm Alejandro Cas, and I'm just starting out, so I'm getting all the things right to make great content, so you can check it out later.
Awesome. Anna?
Hey guys, I'm Anna from Hickville Productions. I do creative gaming content with Starbound, and I do a vlog series where I am doing my best to get healthy and lose weight. And at some point, I'll be bringing back my art videos too. I'm just analyzing how I want to do them. Either way, thank you guys for joining us. Go into your something because you never know who might need it, and I hope to see y'all later.
Awesome. Jacob, you're up, brother.
Hey guys, I'm Jacob from Game Dip. If you already subscribed to my channel, you know I refer to myself as Hope on there, but if you're watching this, well, you got some extra information. There you go, which is perfectly fine with me. So the channel is about motivational gaming, just putting a positive spin on gaming and inspiring you guys to grow and better yourself. And also, there's a bit of a financial advice side to it, but that is a work in progress. But I hope you guys check it out and enjoy it and find it beneficial. Thank you.
Awesome. Prince?
Hey everybody, this is Prince. I'm an Urban Acolyte. Posting under my Urban Acolyte TV channel, but have Urban Acolyte Gaming, and there's nothing there right now, but you guys can check it out. Well, I guess I can't post the the web address right now, but anyway, you can check it out once it's up and running, and I'm gonna cover Star Wars games.
I think, hopefully this is gonna let you post. Yeah, you can go ahead and post now. You can post a link. You should be able to. There you go. All right, Rich, you're up. Talk about that Loco VR.
Okay, it's my turn. All right, look at the camera. So, Loco VR here. I'm all about VR gaming, indie, early access games. So that's my thing. And James over at Flip the Bacon has more subscribers than me and has no videos. So, what's up with that?
Stick around the Academy so everybody can subscribe to you. we'll take care of you, man. Jolly D, talk to me, man.
Yo, this is your homie Jolly Dangerous from the Jolly Mage channel. I do weekly live streams of stories and content as well as DC Universe online videos. Feel free to join me on the PS4. And other than that, I do honest reviews of those games where I pretty much tell you guys if it's worth the money or if it's not worth the money, whether you should get it or not, rent it, or just not even purchase it at all. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have.
Awesome. Next, we have Tom from the Right on the Screen.
Hi, I'm Tom from the Right on the Screen. I do Fallout 4 weekly mod reviews on the Saturday. Right now, the channel is actually not. Trying to think of the correct word. It's kind of not on. Having a bit of a break from it, just rethinking it all. But hopefully, at the start of July, it should be back up to normal.
Awesome. And we've got That Rich from Quack Pew Duck.
Hi, this is Richard with Quack Pew Duck, and what I do is I focus on Star Citizen and helping people. My goal is to help people get into communities so that they can have other people to play with when it finally launches. So, yeah. Other than that, I guess that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm on the fence with playing Star Citizen myself. So, thank you everybody for sharing. Hopefully everybody that's watching this stream knows who I am at this point. BC the Brain Supreme here at Alloy 7. I want to thank each and every one of you who've come on the live stream here. Hopefully you've had a takeaway. I know we talked about focus. We talked about creating great content, creating valuable content that solves problems. We also talked about how getting subscribers is like asking a girl out on a date. Now, this video in its entirety will not be posted to YouTube. It's actually going to be archived into the YouTube Gamers Academy for the VIPs. But I will section off that part where we talked about gaining subscribers and turn that into a separate video. I'll probably do an intro for it at some point. So if you want to go back and review that, I will have that up on the channel at some point. For those of you who have heard all the testimonials from the folks that are here, folks that have been with me in the Academy from day one, and even folks that joined as late as last week, you've heard it from them. So if this is something that you want to be a part of, if you want not just teaching videos and tutorials and gimmicks and tips, but you actually want hands-on, one-on-one, no-nonsense coaching for how to build your brand. This isn't generic coaching. Now, obviously, some of the teaching I do is obviously a little bit more general because it's got to apply. You know, I also don't just coach gamers. I'm actually starting to coach musicians now as well. I've been doing some market research, and I've been reaching out to different producers and different record executives to start figuring out how I can help musicians, because so many of them that I know are missing an opportunity on YouTube. So if that's you, we need to talk. Having been a musician, as a person who really didn't take YouTube seriously as a musician, I know what I'm talking about because I did exactly what I'm watching younger musicians do now. But the point is, it's not just about the generic teaching and the generic tips and even some of the specific teaching. It's about these live interactions where we can come on, because what you're not going to see tonight is I'm getting ready to go into an in-depth analytics discussion to help these folks actually flesh out what these KPIs that I had everybody write down are about, and then understand how to evaluate that and how to apply the information from that to their channel specifically. I also help you do the market research to understand if the niche that you're trying to target is actually going to be one that will help you reach your short or maybe even your long-term goals. Those are the things that don't fit comfortably into a live stream on YouTube because they require talking and interaction. They require me to be able to actually sit with you and coach you through how to use some of these other tools that the internet provides for us to understand how to do market research. And if that's something that you want to have access to, now's the time to get off the fence. Remember, I had a bunch of you in one of my first launch videos affirm to the fact that you believe that you are a ninja. And if that's the case, then coming into our academy where all the other ninjas are hanging out is where you definitely need to be. So I'm going to post the link one last time. You know what? Having said that, you know, the VIP program is separate from the one-time fee that I charge. Anybody that signs up tonight before I shut this stream down, I'll let you be a VIP without having to pay the monthly fee. So if it's something you want to do, don't sit on it. Ninjas don't sit and stew and get paralyzed by analysis. They take action. Even if the action is to say no, take an action. It's totally cool. Otherwise, if you can't get in, keep striving, keep grinding till you get to the point where you can get your life in a place where you can invest in yourself. Because investing in the academy is not investing in me. Believe me, the $197 I charge to do this coaching, I charge companies 6 figures to do this type of coaching. Okay, so doing it for $197 is not about investing in me. It's about investing in yourself and allowing me to invest in you. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time on YouTube. You all are awesome. I can't thank you enough for coming and spending this time with us. I mean, think about it like this. You guys spend time to listen to a dude talk about knowledge. Think about that for a second. You could be out partying. You could be out chasing girls. And maybe you are out chasing girls and you're just watching this while you're doing it. You could be watching whatever the latest episode of Game of Thrones or whatever it is. But no, you chose tonight to invest in yourself by coming to get knowledge that not just I have, but the minds of people way smarter than me have, and the minds of the other people here on the panel. Because remember, like I always say, we are stronger than I. It's not just a mantra. It's not a gimmicky phrase. It's how I live my life, and it's why I'm still alive. You know, some of you guys know that I'm a combat veteran, and I did not stay alive because I was Rambo and I did everything by myself. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to keep it locked. If you haven't already, if you can't get into the academy, at least go over and get on our mailing list so you can see the tips that I send out there, and you can get informed about when I'm doing live streams. You can get the mailing list just by going to alloy7.tv. There's a big email icon that you click on. It'll pull it up for you. Anyway, love you guys. We're stronger than I. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.